running, both feel we're living worlds apart. It's fucked now, we lost in limbo. Remembering what you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they read about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, but no, I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed. You know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is November 13th, 2023. It is 6:02 p.m. on the East Coast. Hello. It's good to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. We are doing a new case on this channel today, actually two, in the same area. Layla Santanello and Hollynn Snapp, two girls out of the Kingsport area. And Trevor from Trev Time is going to be joining us. Mods, please drop Trevor's link if you don't mind. Also, for the replay crew, everything that Trevor's channel is down in the description, and everything we played today, the sources are all down in the description. All right, without further ado, let's pop Trev up here and let's get started. Thank you all. The devil is a lie. Sorry about that. Let's not wanting me to let Trevor up. Hold on. Hey Trev. Hold on. Can you try to come back? Oh, there we go. There we go. Are you there, Trev?
Can you hear me?
Yay!
There we go.
That is so weird. My computer has never, ever, ever done that. That's quite weird. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I'm good. How are you? Looking spiffy tonight, my friend.
Thank you. It's been a busy day. It's a Monday.
Oh, yeah.
All work. Back to the grind. And everything that I had pulled up, which was 97 tabs, now I don't have pulled up. So, you wanna kind of, can you talk about it for just a second while I pull these back up?
Sure. So, two girls, of course, we're talking about tonight are Layla Santanello and Hollynn Snapp. They're both missing from the Kingsport, Tennessee area. And out of the whole state of Tennessee, the only two subjects of endangered young adult alerts are these two girls from the same town. So that's obviously, concerning on its own, considering how big our state is. And so we'll dive into both of their cases. There's some similarities, some differences, and definitely a lot of concern around both of them.
Now, did they know each other?
That has not been determined. It's been said that they
Right.
ran near or in the same
Kind
circle,
of
so
same
they had
group.
some mutual friends, I guess, but
Right.
no indications that they knew each other.
No indications that they knew each other. Now, their body build is very similar, right?
Yes, they're both under 5 foot, just over 100 pounds.
Yeah, so they're both short, petite, I would say, right?
Yes, definitely.
Which is a very interesting thing. Um, are they approximately the same age?
Yes. So at the time of her disappearance, Layla was 20. She has since turned 21. Hollynn is 19.
Okay. That's so interesting. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna play a video here. 1 second, if I can get it. I apologize. I usually have everything pulled up.
Your computer had other plans tonight.
My computer had other plans. Yes, very small, very petite. And it's just so strange. Um, now Layla, she has been missing longer, correct?
Yes,
Is it
significantly. She's been missing since June. Hollynn just went missing in October.
right? Okay. All right. I'm trying to pull Canva here. I've got pictures. All right. Here we go. All right. So we're going to look at Layla's mother. She's going to tell us about her daughter. So far, there's really not many leads on this, is there?
No, it's up to you guys will hear in the video the last place she was seen, and then it really just goes cold there.
Right. She was she at the she was going to the Five Below?
Yes, so she was last seen at the Marble Slab Creamery and
Right.
spoke to a woman, and then she said she was going to Five Below to buy shoes and never made it to Five Below.
And how far is the creamery to the Five Below?
They're in the same section. It's all like a shopping center.
Right, like a plaza, kind
Yeah.
of. Okay. All right. And is there any surveillance in that shopping center?
Some, but not as much as there should be. Cameras were pulled both from that area and across the street, and
Uh-huh.
all of it was scrubbed, but there doesn't seem to be a sign of where she went after that, after she
Right.
got to the Marble Slab.
It's like cameras need to be everywhere in public nowadays. They just do. Like you go, I mean, thank God we're not China or anything like that, but China, you have like a social, what do they call it? Like a social report card almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
glad it's not like that, but with crime, it'd be a really good thing, if there's cameras everywhere. Cameras are not expensive nowadays, so you would think.
And there's some big corporate stores there. I mean, you've got like PetSmart and such, like places that should definitely have a lot. And these places, some of them have cameras, but just they didn't pick up. If she left there and went somewhere else, it didn't pick that up.
Probably, I don't know, 16, 20 years ago, something like that. Like I worked for a big chain pet store, right? A big chain pet store. You just said that. And we had no cameras. None.
Oh, wow.
None. And I was like, my God, that's crazy. I hope my audio works.
If you're seeing my face for the first time today, it's probably because you're an incredibly compassionate human being who has an interest in true crime.
Can you hear that? Anybody? Trevor, can you hear that?
Yeah,
Audio
sorry,
good?
I was
Okay, perfect.
muted. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is Layla's mother. You can tell this is definitely her mother. Now, Layla, there's not like a big age difference between her and her mother. She had her when she was rather young, right?
Yes.
She's got other siblings.
Mm-hmm. And
Layla,
she's actually got a daughter as well.
okay.
Layla does.
That's right. Layla does have a daughter. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go.
This is my daughter, Layla. 4 months ago, Layla vanished. She had been living with her boyfriend at his mother's house in Kingsport, Tennessee, and they had an argument on a Friday night. Layla walked out of the house and went out with friends. She proceeded to spend the rest of the weekend going from friend to friend to friend. We were able to track those movements later. She seemed to be trying to avoid her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend at this point. They had a falling out. I don't know if they officially broke up, but she didn't want to see him at the time. He started to panic about 24 hours into that, and he reached out to myself and Layla's father. I got the feeling that he was manipulating us, trying to convince us to help him find her when she didn't want to be found. By Saturday night, Layla had become aware that Michael was trying to worry us, and she reached out to me. She sent me some text messages telling me that she was okay, she was with a friend, she didn't have her phone, but that I shouldn't worry. I responded by telling her to be safe and that I love her, and her last words to me were, "I love you even more." Monday, June 26th, Layla's dad and I spoke several times. I felt that she was avoiding her boyfriend. He felt something was wrong. We went back and forth, and decided that we would report her missing within the next 24 hours. Layla's dad couldn't sleep that night, and he called it in, spoke to detectives, sent detectives to Layla's boyfriend's house. Layla's boyfriend was interviewed, and detectives started trying to track days. We knew that Layla had spent time with several different friends, and that Monday night, the 26th, she had been at the AmeriCorps Hotel in Kingsport. It took a few weeks before we were made aware that she had spent the night in the woods behind that hotel and gotten up in the morning and went down a bike path called the Greenbelt, where she ended up behind some stores and strip malls and ended up having a conversation with a woman at an ice cream store.
So this is where you were talking about at the creamery, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Layla, was she normally stayed at her boyfriend's house, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how long had they been together? Do you know?
That I don't know, but they were before this incident. It seemed that they were by what I've been told, they were very close. So it seemed like they'd been together for a while at least.
Okay. Been together for a while. Okay. All right. And so
Marble slab.
she slept in the woods for the night?
That's what it seems like, yeah.
Okay. And she was just bouncing from friend to friend, basically.
Yeah. And that's where the disconnect was, because Jennifer, the mom, thought that she was avoiding her boyfriend and the dad was concerned for her well-being.
Right. Okay. Let's finish this.
Creamery in Eaststone Commons in Kingsport. That conversation my daughter had with that woman is the last conversation we know she ever had. She walked out of the marble slab that day barefoot in black leggings and a white tank top, headed to go buy herself some flip-flops so she could get around better, and it seems she vanished into thin air. Since then, I have been filling up any internet that I can with her face and her story. A lot of really, really wonderful human beings along the way. And I am so grateful for each and every one of them. I am so grateful for all of your words of encouragement and your compassion and the help that you've given us. But we're still at square one. We still have no idea where she is. We have no idea what happened after she left that ice cream store. I need to cause a ruckus. I need to get louder. I need to fill up more space with her face and her story. I hope that you can help me do that.
All right. So that's incredibly sad. That is a very good question. Always late. Where was the baby during this time?
I don't know for certain where the baby was when she went missing, but I know that Jennifer has the baby now.
Okay, Jennifer has the baby. Okay.
Jennifer has her daughter, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. Now, let me see here if I've got this. She's just 21 years old. You didn't know her, did you? You never knew
No.
her? You didn't go in your circle or anything like that in school? Wasn't sure. And how old is the baby?
I believe she's 2 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there she is, Nova.
Oh. Okay, this is Mom and Layla. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very pretty girl. Very pretty. Okay, this is the Marble Slab Creamery. And is this like in downtown, or is this kind of like how would you say it? More of suburban.
It's in a denser area. It's called the Commons. There's like the Commons, and there's quite a few stores and stuff. And across the way, there's some more restaurants and such. So it's kind of packed in with the multiple stores and stuff.
Was she going to the creamery to get like ice cream, or why was she there?
That's not known. It was she went there and had a conversation with the woman. They mentioned how she came up from the green belt. So the green belt is a trail and it runs directly behind the commons. So if you're looking at the picture that is up on the screen, if you went behind that building, you would then see the green belt. So if she came up that way, she may have gone through the back, through the creamery to get to, say, Five Below.
And she spoke to one of the employees there, right? Is that correct?
Yes, she spoke to a woman there and said she was going to Five Below.
Okay, and then what kind of did she look distressed? Did she I mean, it's kind of odd for someone not to have shoes on, right?
Right.
You know. So, but did she say she looked distressed?
I'm not sure
Uh,
what condition they said she was in, but I'm sure she was, at least to an extent. If she had slept outside or had been, coming up the trail to just go buy shoes or something.
mhm. Okay. Yeah, I mean to be in the woods like all night and she must have really have they made it public like what the argument was about?
No.
No, okay. What color was her hair when she disappeared? Do you know?
Um,
I've got the thing here. Let me see here.
it was different than what law enforcement had put out. It was, I want to say,
It says
brown with,
blonde. It says
yeah,
blonde.
I
Okay.
believe with brown roots is what it was.
Okay. So like some root grew out. Okay. Is that the one Candace was hold at the setting of the tree? I don't know what that means, Pam. Like, is that the one Candace was hold at the setting of the tree?
Oh, Layla's family was at the tree lighting. Yes, her
Okay.
stepmother was there
Okay. That's so nice. That's so nice.
because the
Uh,
family was. Oh, sorry.
no, please.
I was gonna say, so the dad and stepmom don't live here, but they
Mhm.
were in town because there was a huge community search going on, led by the dad's private investigator. He has a missing persons private investigator, and so they were here for that search. And since the tree lighting was also going on, the stepmom brought the siblings to the tree lighting while the dad went down to the search.
Mhm. Sorry if you hear sirens. She was on foot, Stephanie. Yes, she was on foot. Um, when exactly did she go missing? She went missing in June of
It was June 27th was the last was that last sighting at the creamery.
okay. The flyer I see says June 26th, but June 26th, June 27th. Uh,
I believe 26 was the initial date, and then they were able to later track her movement to the 27th.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, did she have a cell phone with her?
I believe on one of her TikTok videos, Jennifer said that she and her boyfriend Michael were actually sharing a phone at the time. She said there's a long story as to why she didn't have a phone for herself, but at the time they were sharing one.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's really bad. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people go barefoot, especially during, spring, summer, and fall. But it's odd to be barefoot in being barefoot at home or whatever, but it's, to be in stores and sleeping out literally behind the plaza, uh, that would be, not normal. The same place Candace took toys and clothes when Summer first went missing to give to the homeless people at the beginning of Summer missing. Is this the same place Candace took the toys and clothes? Do you know what she means?
I'm not sure.
To make it look like if she ran out to get away from the boyfriend, sounds like he was really arguing to the full extent enough to run out without shoes. That's a good point. That is a very good point. Uh, that is a good point. So, did she lose shoes like while she was uh going from house to house, or did she just leave without anything?
Right, and see, there was also the AmeriCorps Hotel, which is down the way from the off the green belt too. You can get there. It's behind the plaza down the trail, and that's where I think initially they had said she was last seen, and then they were able to track her up to the creamery, or that's where they then believe she was last seen.
I think they said they gave her a meal at the shop. That's nice. Okay. Trevor, tell mom don't give up. It took me 4 months, day and night, searching for my daughter. Finally, I found her hours away. Oh, wow, baby kisses. It's amazing. Thank you, 3. Dave. Good to see you. Trying to see if there's any more here. And this is TBI has been on this, correct?
Yes, TBI got involved when Kingsport requested the endangered young adult alert.
Right. And they have done extensive searching from what I understand, like quite a bit of searching. Does it feel like to you that are they just searching in random areas, or do they have like a roundabout area of, for whatever reason, that they're looking in certain areas?
I know they had, I think it's kind of in the middle. It's kind of like, it's not exactly random, but where there's just a lack of information, you only go where you, I guess, think, whereas you would like to have it be somewhere where you have leads, but
Well, she didn't have a phone.
right.
There's not really any cameras that at least we're aware of that, you see her in a car, you seen somebody pick her up, you saw her walking a certain direction. So there's none of that.
Right.
Has the boyfriend been cleared?
So it's kind of complicated with him. The mother, and this is also, she was talking about this on her TikTok. She says she's been told he has been cleared of any direct involvement. Law enforcement hasn't put that out as like a public statement. I know he's been looked into extensively. His home was raided. He was questioned for, I believe, 14 hours the day his home was raided,
Right.
and he was polygraphed by TBI. So
Okay.
I don't know that he's been cleared or not. She believes he has, but I do know he's been looked into.
Right. Okay. So it says in August, KPD conducted a multi-agency search in the area of 2003 North Eastman Road in reference to Layla's case. Approximately 100 first responders are searching an area of approximately 320 acres, searching for evidence in connection to the missing person case of Layla Santanello. Said Corporal Brandon Johnson of the Kingsport Police Department. Police say they organized the search since there are no leads in Layla's case. Quote, it's one of those things where the area has been searched, but to this extent, we haven't had any additional leads. So this extent of a search, we felt like it was time to cover the base as well, said Lieutenant Justin McConnell of the Kingsport Police Department. However, members of the organized search did not locate any evidence tied to Santello. How am I saying it wrong?
Santanello.
Thank you. I just couldn't do it. Something. I don't know if you know this, but I have Lyme's disease, and I go blank sometimes, and sometimes it just doesn't compute. Sorry.
You're doing great. You're
Um,
doing great.
Now Jennifer is offering a $2,000 reward for information of her daughter. Quote, you may not realize it, but whatever information you've got might not seem like a whole lot to you, said Jennifer. And that is the truth. It can take the littlest detail to crack a case, get them on a lead of some sort, to say the least. Now, is her boyfriend, is the father of this child? Do you know?
I'm
Not
not
that
for
it matters,
certain.
but I was just seeing if they were like, if they had been together that long. You know what I mean?
I don't think I'm not sure.
Okay. Jennifer, she says she didn't ask for any of this. Also, she has also hired a private investigator, which is what Trevor had said earlier, to help look for her daughter with any anonymous tip line now active. The phone number is 423-212-5804. KPD and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation are still taking tips on Layla's case. You can call 423-343-9780 or 1-800-TBI-FINE. What message would you want to give to Layla? And she says, I don't know how hard, you don't know how hard we're trying, said Jennifer. We're trying everything. I just want you home. I miss you so much. It's very, very heartbreaking. You know, she's a mother, and that's really sad. Now, one second. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So there is another case that is out here, and this happened recently.
Yes.
And hold on 1 second. Before we talk about that, the photos of the house, we need to look at those, don't we? I've seen where they searched this back in the summer, didn't they?
Yes, that was this search was on August 4th, I believe.
Okay. And was TBI that did this, if I recall correctly, wasn't it?
Yes, so that white truck down there is a TBI evidence response truck.
Okay. And how far, if you know, is this house from the creamery, the plaza there?
That is off of Dale Street, but I'm not for certain exactly how far it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no worries there.
But after leaving there, she had been staying with other people and was over at the hotel and such. So somehow she was closer that way after leaving here anyway.
And do you know how long they had been fighting? They said she was staying with friends for a night or two or three or what, I don't know how long. Do you know how long, their kind of breakup had been, their argument?
No, it seems like it went down and then she started going to other places because then that's when he got concerned and started contacting her family.
Right.
Worried about her, but then Jennifer wasn't sure if he was worried or if he was trying to get a hold of her, and if she was avoiding him, you don't want to also give him access if that's what he's wanting, or all of the above.
Mother talked to Layla the night before she went missing. Is that correct? Was it the night before?
Yes, I believe so. I had the post she made about the messages, but let me see.
They really searched this place. I remember this. Okay. It says an endangered young adult in accordance with Hollynn Act has been issued on behalf of the Kingsport Police Department of Lansing. She's 20 years old, white female. She's 4'10". She's very tiny, 135 pounds, blonde hair, brown eyes. If you've seen, she was last seen June 26th, 2023, Kingsport, Tennessee. If you have seen Layla or have information regarding her whereabouts, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND or Detective Bill Clare 423-343-9780. Okay.
Yes, she spoke with her on June 25th.
Thank you, Toaster. June 25th. Okay. All right. So let's talk about Hollynn Snapp, and then we're going to talk about if this could be, this could be linked in any way. So first we're going to talk about Hollynn Snapp, and then we'll go from there. So Hollynn Snapp, she's also missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. brown hair, hazel eyes, 4'10" as well. She's 80 pounds. She is so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, 4'10" and 80 pounds. Like, that's really, really tiny. Possible connections to Greenville, Tennessee, Johnson City, Tennessee, and am I pronouncing it right? Chucky, Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. So here it is. All right. Already showed you that. Okay. All right. So Hollynn Snapp. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Trevor? Do you know?
Sure. And this is, so out of the two cases, this is the one I'm more familiar with because I talk to her family constantly, almost daily, at least especially after she first went missing. Help get that flyer designed that's on the screen, and have been trying to get the flyers out and such. But I've been talking to them, and so I know that on October 5th was the last time her mother heard from her. So the two people you're going to hear in this case are her adoptive mother and her former foster mom. They were both in constant communication with her. Mom talked to her daily. Former foster mom talked to her often. October 5th was the last time they heard from her. October 15th is the last time she was seen. She was last seen in the Bellevue Drive area, which is on the Lynn Garden side of Kingsport, near the Virginia line. And same kind of deal. That's the last known. Not much to go on from there.
Okay. Where was she, like, outside? Was she spotted by someone?
So she had been staying, I believe, staying with friends at least for a certain amount of time, and so she had been not with family on the 15th when she was seen.
Okay. Was she how old is she?
She is 19.
19. Okay. It didn't say here on the flyer, so I was
No, with well, since she looks so much younger, I left it off and then just told people as I passed them out, because if you told somebody you're looking for a 19-year-old, they'd probably look for somebody that looks closer to my age, and she
That's
looks more like
true.
she's like 15.
Yes. Now, did she have a boyfriend, significant other, anything?
Not that I know of. So she has some developmental delay. She's
Right.
her mindset is going to be more on a much younger child's level. She's
Like a
been through a
12.
lot. I know she's been to facilities and stuff, rehab, and just a lot. I mean, like I said, she was a former foster child, then was adopted out, and so there definitely is a lot in her past, unfortunately.
Right. Okay. Um, and so this is literally on the Virginia Tennessee line, correct?
Yes, right
I
there
mean,
when
it's
you're
like,
about to cross over into Virginia.
right. Okay. All right. And who was the last person to spot eyes on her, speak to her?
So the family spoke to her on the 5th, but it must have been someone else that she had been bouncing around and staying with, that I would assume would be for the 15th.
And she was just bouncing around to her friends. Is that pretty much what it was?
Yes. So she had started staying with her aunt, and then
Mm-hmm.
started staying with friends for a little bit of time. And the family still, even when she was wherever she was staying, her family spoke with her every day until
Mm-hmm.
the 5th. Her mom spoke to her every day, and then the 5th, when she stopped hearing from her, it was very out of character, and that's when the concern started.
And so she had a oops, what I do? She had a phone. Did she have a
Yes,
phone? Okay.
I assume so. Yes,
Okay, she had a phone.
because she kept in constant communication with her mom.
Okay, and she uh, did she have, like, mental problems at times? I know she had, like, a developmental delay. She's more, from what I understand, like maybe 11, 12, 13 years old.
Yes, that's where her mind is going to be, and she's very, very trusting. one thing when I spoke to her mom was that she is very trusting, and I think you also see that because of her background. You've got a child that came out of foster care. Children like that yearn to be, for love, and they want
Yeah.
they want to be able to trust that people are good and that there are people that will care for them and see the good in them, see their value.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. She has no kids, correct?
No.
No children. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What else do we got? Okay, I've got this video. Let me pop this up. This is really sad. It's interesting how it is some time there, what, June to October, some months, but just
Kingsport family praying tonight for the safe return of their loved one. They haven't heard from 19-year-old Hollynn Snapp since early October. Tonight, they tell Fox 39's Kylie Hill more about the moments leading up to her disappearance. Hollynn's family says they haven't heard from her since October 5th. Now, a month has gone by with no answers and no new leads as to what happened that day.
Everybody who knows Hollynn loves Hollynn.
19-year-old Hollynn Snapp was adopted at age 10 by her mom, Heather Snapp, after being part of Leslie Hunt's foster family.
She made me a mother, and I couldn't be more grateful. I love my daughter more than anything.
Snapp says her daughter has always had a big heart.
She ends up in a lot of situations because she is so sweet and trusting, and she does mean to be super kind. So she's like, this person deserves a chance. Sometimes they do, sometimes not so much.
Hollynn was reportedly last seen in the Bell Ridge Drive area in Kingsport, according to the TBI. Both Snapp and Hunt filed a police report on October 15th. They say her disappearance is extremely out of character.
Somebody knows something somewhere. There has to be somebody that knows something. And if that one person maybe could just tell what they know, we would all be eternally grateful for that. We just know that if she was near a phone or near a computer or near a laptop, near anything, she would contact one of us or one of her friends or her biological family. She would contact somebody. This is just not like her.
Snapp says Hollynn's mentality functions significantly lower than her actual age.
That makes her even more endangered than your typical 19-year-old. She's not just a 19-year-old. She's a 19-year-old that behaves much more like a 9 and 10-year-old.
Snapp adds her daughter also faces mental health difficulties and struggled to find the right treatment for Hollynn.
We have to get her help and get her in a healthy state of mind and integrate her back into our family and help her find healthy relationships.
Now, both are simply waiting for answers and to see Hollynn.
I mean, you see her right there. She looks, she looks 14, maybe 15. Just very petite, and that's sad.
Hollynn home again.
We love you, and we are praying for you. Once before, I told you that every day at 11 o'clock, I set my alarm to go off on my phone to pray for you, and I'm still doing that. Every day at 11 o'clock, I'm praying for you, and I hope that you'll be back with us soon.
I'm told the investigation is currently ongoing with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. If you have any information regarding Hollynn's whereabouts, you're asked to call the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. That information is on our homepage at WCYB.com.
All right, so let me pop this up here. Wait. There we go. All right. So 19 years old, Hollynn Snapp. They haven't heard from her since October 5th. So we are working on a month, a little over a month now. Correct. Gone with no answers. I certainly know she's brought our two families together. She ends up in a lot of situations because she is so kind and sweet, and she doesn't mean. You know what I can't help but think, Trevor, and they're so they're same age, right? They're the exact same height. And it sounds like they may have both been either down on their luck or vulnerable. They were both in vulnerable situations, right? One is fighting with her boyfriend without shoes, and another one is, she and she didn't have a phone either. But the other, Hollynn, she didn't. She was limited mental capacity, very trusting. And, it makes you wonder if someone has picked these girls up.
Right.
That's, yeah, someone knows something. And not to mention, they're both are really close to the Virginia border. Specifically Hollynn. She's like right there on the border. And it makes you just wonder if someone is coming across the street. Thank you so much, Sunshine Thomas. I find it really intriguing that so many people are going missing around Kingsport, Tennessee? ? Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. These two girls, there's no idea if they directly knew each other, but they did kind of hang around some folks that they may have both known, right?
Yeah.
Knowledge is what if a woman offered a ride, if someone offered a woman a ride. I think you're right. It's just so interesting. Now, when it comes to Hollynn, was she on any medication for, has the family let that out, or law enforcement? Did she take any like mental prescription medication, that she might need?
That's not something that's out.
Okay. I wasn't sure. All right, you got any comments on this?
No, it's just, I mean, they're both situations are so sad, and I think this one is just tough. And like I said, I've been closer to this one than the other one, just with how much I talk to the family. And I mean, it's just hard talk. Seeing somebody just absolutely broken for their child. And to not have any idea where they are, and not feel helpless. And it's
Both
just
seem like they come from a good family. And Hollynn looked like she, her stepmother. I don't know if she's her stepmother. I don't know if she calls. I don't. Her adopted mother, her mother, whatever. She likes to be called. She seems like a really nice lady.
yes, they're both incredible. And her former foster mom still keeps in touch with her. She gets up every day and makes sure to pray for her, even if she hasn't heard from her. And I, it's just tough talking to them. And we try to do what we can to help, but at some point, it's just like you have to pray that the right people speak, or the right answers are brought.
Right. And do you know what road she was last seen by?
Hollynn was Bellevue. Drive, I believe it's
Bellevue Drive, and that's in
Kingsport.
let's see here. All right. Was it like a neighborhood?
Yes.
It's like a neighborhood. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Bell Ridge Drive. I'm sorry.
Bell Ridge. Okay.
Yes.
Bell
I'm
Ridge.
sorry.
Oh,
I
you're
always
fine.
get confused.
Is it Bell?
Yes. Bellridge. And it's going to
One
be
word or
very
two?
near. 2 words. And it's going to be very near the border, the state line, like very close. You'll find.
Bell Ridge Road or Drive? Did you say?
Drive.
Okay. Let's pop this up. Does this look right?
Mm-hmm.
Bell Ridge Drive. Okay. And okay, see, here's the Virginia border, right?
Yep.
So she is, I mean, throw a stone, really, and you're going to be in Virginia.
And that's a fast-paced road right there, so you're getting over there quick. Like that main road right there,
This
you'll be
looks
there
like
in no time.
is this the interstate or a highway?
Just a highway, and then you'll make, but then you'll get right up that way pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so wow, that's so interesting. Did she know anybody around here?
To my knowledge, she was staying with someone. I don't know who or what relationship, but she had been staying with different friends, so it may have been a friend.
Right. This is why the country isn't investigating Hollynn, and Kingsport City is investigating. Okay. Hey, Brandy. Good to see you, dear. This is it US 23? Let me see here. What road is this? Let's go down here and look. Okay. So there's like a US 23. Yeah, so there's like privacy walls here, and you are literally right there.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And so far, there's no leads that anyone's aware of, that they haven't came out with anything.
Right. They no leads that they've come out with.
Either
It's
one.
very actively investigated, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Wow. Yeah, it makes you wonder. I mean, they could be completely separate. It is just interesting how they may know some of the same people, and they're the same age, the same height. Is if there's like any truck stops near here or anything?
Not specifically, but as you get up towards the interstate, of course, once you're on the interstate, there will definitely be some. But not
Right.
Down there. You're getting closer into town.
Right. Okay. Just trying to see if there's any like. Here's the Virginia welcome sign. I mean, that shows you how close they are.
Mm-hmm.
What is that called? UFO video DVD. Okay.
There's a restaurant there now, I believe, because I've been up that. That's one area I've put flyers up at.
Okay. And you've so you've been in this area.
Yep, just past couple weeks.
Okay, so there looks like to be a gas station. Okay, so there's some gas stations here. I was just
Mhm.
curious if there was like any truck stops or anything through here. Looks like a gas station there, gas station there.
Yeah, you'll never run out of gas. That's one thing you won't do in that area.
Yeah. What I wonder what part of Virginia this is. I don't know. That's very strange. Hey, my girl, I was meaning Brianna, who lost her life, and the guy is looking at conviction. Interesting how it is
Mhm.
going to trial soon. There's a truck stop between Kingsport and Bristol, isn't there? A small one.
Yeah, out towards, like I said, when you're on the interstate, there are definitely some
Yeah.
closer to being right off the interstate.
Yeah, this isn't far from me. It's probably a little more than an hour. No truck stops. Closest is Greenville, exit 36 in Tennessee, and 81, and going north on exit 20 something in Virginia on 81.
Yeah,
I
and
wonder if
Nanta for life is definitely right. That area is and has gotten worse.
drugs.
Just
I'm
yeah, there's
sure.
just a lot of. I mean, Lynn Garden, that whole area down there is rough. Just my time being down there, I'm putting up flyers. It's you can you're just certain times you're in areas you can just tell, and
Sure.
that's one of those areas, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's anytime it's a poor area, or you know some of the coal fields, or the industry has moved out or whatever, it's devastating for these communities in these areas. It is devastating, and unfortunately people really suffer.
Hmm.
I wonder if they've checked the motel off Memorial Boulevard. A lot of people stay over there. I asked the gas station across the street, but no one's seen Layla. Okay, Bertie, thank you for that. Um, have they done any recent searches for? Have they done any recent searches for Hollynn?
There were no big searches planned as of this time, but on Saturday they had the large community search with the private investigator for Layla. So, and they were very much aware of Hollynn at that time too. So in that area they were looking for both, but that is more of the area where Layla was last seen.
Model City Motel. Model City Motel. And Bertie, that's close to this area? The area has gotten rough since Kingsport ran the homeless out of downtown. Oh. The Weber City, Virginia. I'm over that way all the time to see my. Okay. That's why I asked if they ran in similar circuits. Could they potentially have linked up with a group guy that is promising them opportunities and such? Unfortunately, puts them in a bad position. Do you know, how do I ask this? Uh, were they, do you know if they could potentially have been selling themselves? Is that a possibility? No
I mean,
judgment. You know what I mean? No judgment whatsoever.
I
I
don't
don't want.
believe so, but I can't, of course, say anything for certain. But
Yeah, I was just curious if Brenda Sorrell. Is she local? Brenda Sorrell. I know that name.
Yes, she was older than them, and she went missing as well.
When did she go missing? Missing. She was reported missing October 23rd. Recently?
Yes.
Where she so there's 3 missing in this area? What?
Let me see.
Look at this. Look at this. On October 23rd, Brenda Sorrell was reported missing in the Kingsport Police Department by family members. It was reported that the KPD that Sorrell was last seen on October 6th and was not acting normal. Sorrell is a 58-year-old white female with brown hair and brown eyes. She stands approximately 5'2" tall. Very short again. Huh.
It's been said, not by law enforcement at the time, but
Let's see
that she had spoken to friends sometime after she went missing, but I'm not sure that she made contact with authorities.
I remember her face now.
But she'd still be considered missing. I'm just saying that I had also heard that she had spoken with someone.
They found her? Did they find
No,
her?
it has been said that she's been speaking with a friend of some sort, but not she hasn't spoken to law enforcement, so she's still definitely missing. I'm just saying that people have said that she started speaking to people, whereas we haven't heard any contact from the other two, or of any contact with anybody.
Okay. This is from October 26th. So she was in a Cadillac. There's a big age difference though. I do remember her name. Just trying to see what anybody had to say about her in here. I did hear about a flop house with girls, but I've been trying to find a location for months. Well, I'm sure there's several. Fortunately, Toaster. Hey, Nana, 2 owner chick, same says. Homeless and drug are really bad in the surrounding areas. Yeah. What was the time between the two disappearing? So Layla went missing on June
27th was the
27th. And Hollynn, she went missing on October 6th.
Last spoke to family the 5th, was last seen the 15th.
Okay. Last seen the 15th. So both were staying with friends, so to speak. That's so weird. All 3. Two, the 2, they're both 19 years old. They're both 4'10". Vet girl, but the older lady, there's no connection whatsoever. Do you mean the Tennessee Motor Lodge?
I was asking her a question about a motel.
Okay. Where was Dawn? Oh, God. Toaster Oven, she was last seen October 6th. Seen at the Lynn Garden, Westone, around 3 minutes away from the Bell Ridge Road. Where? Really? She was last seen October 6th. I think she means Brenda Sorrell. Last seen at Lynn Garden at Westone Drive, 3 minutes away from. If that is true, that's interesting. I mean, that kind of sounds like something could be up there.
Lynn Garden is that area, the same area where Hollynn was last at.
Yes, Brenda is also missing from Lynn Garden. Now, if someone is allegedly talking to her, I mean, you would think that the police would have gotten in contact with her. They would have pinged that phone or whatever, right?
Right. And I mean, the thing is, when you have someone at all the the different ages, unfortunately, I feel like sometimes the cases are treated differently too. You see like a teen you see somebody who just is an adult versus someone who is in their 50s. There's just so many other. I'm not saying they should be treated differently, but I feel like unfortunately they are in certain aspects.
Right. Right.
Thank you, Nana. Yeah, that's one that I went to with flyers. That one was there was a hotel there that just seemed very off to me.
West Side Inn. Okay, let's look that up. West Side Inn. And that's at Westone Drive, Kingsport. Okay, so it's very close. Okay, let's look that. Okay. Okay, there's a Super 8. Okay, so this is like a Wells hotel, pretty much. That's what I call it. You know what I mean? It's like, I always say these are on the border between crack and Murderville, because it's like, it gives you that feeling. It's just, these are probably rented out by the week or the month, aren't they?
Yeah, that hotel is very scary. I went in to give a flyer, and it was one of those places where you're just like, huh,
Yeah, a lot of seedy things happen at these places, probably.
yeah, very just not a place you want to be any longer than going in saying, "Can you please put this flyer up," and getting out of there.
Yes, that's where Hog Wild used to be. I don't know what that means, but okay. Once. Yes. Sorry about that. Okay. The infamous nightclub. Please give these girls the respect they deserve and stay on topic, please. Yeah. Yeah. Any other words you want to say here, Trev? What road is this? What is one? Tennessee 1, Highway 1. Is that what
Yeah,
it's
that's
called?
coming back down into that area that we were looking at.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And this is just right on the border there. Super 8 over there. All right. Feel like these ladies have been stalked somehow. I don't know. See something, say something, please.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is, someone knows something. Oh, Faith, thank you so much, my dear, for gifting 10 memberships. Hope you are well, my dear. Thank you. Good to see you. Knowledge 15 minutes. Oh, gotcha. This is a multi-state problem with some or knowledge MOs, in my opinion. With the circumstances, phones are not only monitored but changed frequently. White females, 20s, late 30s, motels. Yeah, yeah. It seems like, I don't know, with the two younger girls, it just seems like they were kind of down on their luck, and they were very trusting. Or at least one was very trusting and the other one was fighting with their boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Faith. Appreciate you. Love you, dear. Um, it's not hard to get in a bad place. It's really not. It's really not. You never know. But, to be such a young, for both of them, to be so young, um, you know, Layla didn't have a phone, right? She didn't have any shoes,
Right.
probably no money, right? Not her ID, didn't have a car. And Hollynn, she's very, very petite. They're both 4'10", 80 pounds and 130 pounds. And, with some, uh, mental challenges. And she's, grew up in the system.
Yeah.
No phones, odd for that age, makes you think what's going on. I don't know. You think Sonia says 115 pounds.
Yeah. They overdid it a little bit on the law
Okay.
enforcement side. I think she's closer to that.
Okay. Thank you for that. I was just going by this. And Layla, she's a mother. She's a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Same area, same age, same circle of friends. Potentially, same circle of friends. They may have not. I mean, I can't say they could have ran in the same circle. Is that right? Or
Yeah, I mean, how close, remains to be seen. It's more of like a, when you look at like say Facebook friends or something like that, you start seeing similar names. But
right.
if they like hung out regularly with the same people is not known.
Yeah. Strange about the phone and shoes. Well, like Layla, someone asked earlier, why didn't she have shoes? But then I think maybe she did have money because she was going to the Five Below.
Right. But also
Right.
you could have, I mean, with a store like that, you take in a few bucks and,
Right.
you may not have like your purse and wallet on you, but you may just have like 5-10 bucks on you in
Mm,
cash and get shoes.
yeah. Or, someone could have gave her money, to get some shoes.
Yeah.
Could have asked someone, kind of $5 to get a pair of shoes. She was going to the store to buy flip flops. Yes. She never made it from the creamery to there. It's so strange how people just go missing, from one store to the other. What happened in that few, probably minutes, that changed everything?
Yeah.
Right. And to me, it just sounds like she had to get in a car somewhere. I don't know. Is there? I don't know. Never mind. Anything else you want to say, Trev, my man?
I mean, just for everybody to keep, these families in your prayers. I mean, like I talk to Hollynn's family very regularly, and they're understandably just broken, and sometimes it's hard, to find the right things to say because what do you tell someone like that? So the best thing we can do is keep praying. I'm going to be out there the rest of the week putting up flyers, and we're going to keep their name out, until they're found.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's hunting season, right, in
Yeah.
Tennessee, and so hopefully, if they're out there and they're not alive, then hopefully someone can find them. It's not good to be missing for, especially in Layla's case. Um, for months now, Hollynn, the first, of course, the first 48 is the most important. But it's not good to not hear from either one of them. You would think, if they're not like in some type of trafficking or trap house or something, that may be why they're, they don't have a phone. Would they memorize a phone number? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Do they think people's looking for them? You just don't know anymore. It's very, very concerning.
Absolutely.
Okay, Baby Kisses said a lady gave her $5. Huh. It's interesting. Just yes, the motel in Kingsport near the Greenbelt. Okay. I know, Nana. That was so sad. That's so sad for sure. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this back up here so y'all can see it one last time of these photos. Hollynn Snapp, missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. Brown hair, hazel eyes, 4'10", about 80 pounds. You can call 423-279-7330. And she was last seen where, Trev?
I always get the two confused, but Bell Ridge Drive in
Bell
Kingsport.
Ridge Drive, Kingsport, right just about, just like a stone's throw from the Virginia border. And then we have Layla Santanello, age 20 years old, white female, blonde hair, brown eyes, 4'10", about 115 pounds or so, missing from Kingsport, Tennessee, missing since June 26, 2023. She's a mother, and her family and her daughter needs answers. You can call the Kingsport Police Department and talk to Detective Bill Clare, 423-343-9780, or call 1-800-TBI-FINE. And with Hollynn Snapp, remember, if you are local, she is going to probably look more like a child
Yeah.
and potentially, act more childlike
Yep.
as well, because she has some issues. So,
And I will note that the TBI is involved in both now, so you can call 1-800-TBI-FINE for Hollynn as well. When we made those flyers, when I put those together, this was prior to TBI's involvement.
mhm.
So
And
you can call that line for either case.
okay, thank you. Trevor, thank you for all you do. You are truly a blessing to your local community and the true crime community. You go above and beyond, handing out flyers, going to Christmas tree, putting together the Christmas trees and news interviews and all that. And God will bless you, and I pray that He blesses you tremendously for all that you do. So
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much, Justin. And thank you for covering these cases. I know both their families are very appreciative.
Of course, of course. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Daily, for 5 months. I appreciate you all. I will be live. Sorry about that, y'all. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Thank you all. I'll be back in a couple hours. We will be talking about what the hell happened. Okay, there we go. We'll be talking about Summer Wells. Last night was a crazy night. Crazy night. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Love you all. God bless each and every one of you. Hit that thumbs up so we can get this out to everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye.